Hello everyone, my name is Cami and welcome to my channel, Cami's Corner. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, and thank you so much for coming back onto my channel. We do mainly Bath and Body Works and fragrance content with a sprinkle of lifestyle content, but in today's video, I am reviewing another one of the milk fragrances, and this is the Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel Cookie. This one has scent notes of toasted pretzel, cinnamon dusting, and sugared vanilla. And if you're new to my reviews or just stumbling upon my channel for the first time, welcome. Thank you guys so much for watching. But I do a full day's wear test, or until the fragrance doesn't smell like anything anymore, of just the fine fragrance mist. I'll spray it about 10, 15, 20 times, a little bit on my skin and a little bit on my clothes. And I am just testing out the fine fragrance mist itself. And like I said, I write down detailed notes. I accidentally ripped this paper as well, but I write down very detailed notes and give you guys like my thoughts up until the fragrance is completely gone. And like I said, we have the cinnamon sugar pretzel cookie. So far on my channel, we have reviewed the raspberry holiday pie bar as well as the peppermint bark truffle, and then the other fragrances will be up on the channel next week. But I am so excited to share my thoughts about this one because let me tell ya, this fragrance is so unique and so good. So I first sprayed this one at 12:30 in the morning, and this one was a solid 8 out of 10 on the first spray. This is the strongest out of the 3 that I've tested from this line, at least on the first spray. And I will say, like, you could probably smell me from a good 5 feet away after I sprayed this one, and I loved this one. So I'm going to spray it in the cap, and I will tell you, this smells like a Auntie Anne's warm cinnamon sugar pretzel. And I am an expert on these because, you guys, I just had these at the mall like 2 weeks ago, and it smells identical. I have never smelled a fragrance like this in my entire life. I have nothing in my collection that I can compare it to, because this is so unique. It is so strong. It's got like a little bit of like a buttery dough with like a sweet cinnamon sugar, and it is so good. I cannot like contain myself. I love this fragrance so much, and I would love to get this one in a body wash, but 8 out of 10 in a very high scent bubble. And I did write down, smells exactly like the Auntie Anne's pretzel nuggets that you can get at the mall. And I did say, give this one about 5 minutes to dry down on your skin before you smell it, because when you first spray this one, it does give a little bit of like that alcohol, rubbing alcohol kind of vibe to it when you first spray it. But give it about 5 minutes, and then you get that warm, yummy, like cinnamon sugar pretzel. Oh my gosh, it is so stinking good. I love this one so much. And it is so warm and sugary, and it smells the same on my clothes as well as the skin. So it just smelled like a warm, sugary, cinnamon little pretzel nugget. It was so good. I absolutely loved this fragrance. I was not expecting to love this one, and I loved it. So at about 2 hours after I first sprayed it, it was about a 7 out of 10. It was still really strong, and it was a little bit less strong at about like 3:30. And then I forgot I was wearing this fragrance. And then my husband gets home from work at 6:30, and he's like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. And I'm like, what did I even put on today? I totally forgot I was doing this review. And then I looked at my kitchen table where I had this, and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, you could still smell that. And then I smelled my shirt and I smelled my skin, and you could still smell it at 6:30. It was 6 hours after I first sprayed it, and you could still smell it. And my husband smelled it unprompted. Like, I wasn't like, here, smell. Because sometimes I'll be like, oh, here, smell. Do I smell good? It was unprompted. 6 hours after I wore the fragrance, and he said, I smelled good, and I smelled like cinnamon, and it smelled really good. And then once I told him, I'm like, I think this smells like an Auntie Anne's pretzel nugget. And he goes, oh my gosh, it totally does, and it smells amazing. So 6 hours after I had this fragrance on, it was still on there, and my husband could smell it unprompted. He had no idea I was wearing this fragrance. So round of applause for this fragrance. I would say this fragrance for longevity, like an 8 out of 10. That is crazy, the fact that my husband could smell it on me unprompted. And I didn't say like, oh, do you think I smell good or anything like that? No, he told me I smelled good, and I smelled like cinnamon as soon as he walked in the door, which is absolutely crazy. So honestly, 8 or 9 out of 10 for longevity, Bath and Body Works. Fantastic. And for scent preferences, 9 out of 10. I didn't know I would like it, but I loved it. Overall, 9 out of 10. This is a fantastic fragrance. And this is definitely a standout from this collection because I've never smelled a fragrance like this. I don't have a perfume in my collection that smells like this because it gets like that buttery dough with a sweet cinnamon fragrance. And it's not like super, like it's a foodie fragrance, but it's not like foodie where you wouldn't want to smell like this. Like I can't wait to smell like this all the time. And I am just in love with this. This is one of the best fragrances from the collection, and I will rank them as we go on now that I have reviewed 3 of them. Honestly, in last place is just this Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar. I did have a review of this already on my channel in case you missed it. Did not like that one at all. And these 2 are tied. These 2 are solid fragrances from this collection. I think these are going to be my top 2 as I continue to wear the other fragrances in this collection. But these are 2 very, very solid fragrances. I feel like I would tend to wear this fragrance more in the fall time because it gives like apple cider donut kind of vibes. If you wanted to maybe mix this with champagne, apple, and honey, you could get a little bit of a apple cider donut kind of vibe to it, but it smells really good. This is definitely not a year-round fragrance or anything like that, so I'm not going to rate it higher than a 9 out of 10 because I feel like this is definitely a fall-winter fragrance, but pretty solid fragrance. It lasted at least 6 hours, and the only downside to this one is you do have to let it dry down for about 5 minutes to get like the true colors of this fragrance, but I love it. I know this review is short and sweet, but I have nothing else to say about it. It performed really well and it lasted pretty much all day on my skin, so no complaints about the cinnamon sugar pretzel cookie. It was absolutely fantastic. That is all for today's video. Like I said, I do have reviews of the peppermint bark truffle as well as the raspberry holiday pie bar on my channel, and then I will have reviews of the other ones coming very soon. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Do you guys love this one as much as I do? And if you like seeing my face, Bath & Body Works fragrance or lifestyle content, make sure you consider hitting that subscribe button because it's free to you. Helps me out so very much, and you guys can always change your mind later. Thanks again, you guys, for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!